Hey there! Welcome to Models and Agents for Beginners, episode 115 for July 27th, 2026. Let's break down today's coolest AI news so anyone can understand it. Today's AI news is pretty exciting, and I promise, no jargon. Let's go. You know that feeling when you describe exactly what you want and it actually shows up? Only this time it is a brand new game you can play in minutes. That is what is happening right now with tools that turn plain words into working game code. People are typing ideas like a game where you collect floating musical notes that sing when touched, and the result runs in a browser without anyone writing lines of code by hand. Think of it like describing a new board game to a friend who instantly sketches the board, writes every rule, and hands you the pieces ready to use. Another way to picture it is like ordering a custom pizza where the kitchen invents toppings you have never tried instead of sticking to the menu everyone already knows. The systems behind this, such as Codex and Claude Code, take your description and build the full set of instructions that make the game run. This matters because it changes game creation from something that used to need years of classes into something you can test in one afternoon. Students who love creative hobbies or wonder about future careers in game design now get to try wild ideas without starting from zero. The same shift is turning AI into a true co-creator for art and storytelling projects too. You can try this yourself by going to the Claude site, signing up for the free option if needed, and typing a prompt such as create a simple browser game where you collect floating musical notes while avoiding spinning shapes. Add a weird twist like the notes sing when collected and watch how the game changes with each new idea. The same approach works with Codex, letting you keep refining the game in one sitting. Okay, now for my favorite part of the show, the deep dive where we look under the hood. The core idea starts with something you already know from texting. Your phone guesses the next word based on patterns from millions of other messages. Now stretch that same guess forward, but instead of one word, it keeps going for whole paragraphs that build scenes, characters, and game rules. Each guess gets checked against everything the system has seen before, so it chooses the piece that feels most likely to fit the story you are building together. Think of it like a giant mixing board where tiny sound clips from thousands of old songs get rearranged into a track no one has heard before. Another angle is a relay race where the baton is the last sentence the system wrote, and the next runner has to continue from exactly that point. Over many steps, those small choices add up into something that feels designed on purpose. The system is not copying one existing game, it is blending patterns from thousands of games, stories, and code examples it learned from earlier. That blending is why the results can feel genuinely new and sometimes a little strange. The surprising part is how simple the basic move stays even when the final game gets complex. When the guesses line up well, you end up with something you can actually run and test in minutes. The process works because the model predicts one small chunk at a time, then uses its own previous output as the new starting point. This chain of predictions lets the whole thing appear without anyone writing the complete game by hand. Once you see the steps in order, the whole thing feels less like magic and more like a very fast, very patient builder. Now let's move to some cool stuff you can try today. New tools let you upload a book or pick one from a library and ask it questions as if the book itself is answering back. Instead of flipping pages or hunting for quotes, you type something like, "Why did the main character make that choice?" and get a reply pulled straight from the text. Think of it like having the book sitting next to you as a patient friend who remembers every detail and never gets tired of explaining. Another way to see it is turning a quiet reading session into a lively conversation that makes tough school books feel more alive. Anyone who reads for fun or has homework that involves analyzing stories should give it a try. Head to the Perplexity site, paste a short public domain story or select one from the library, and ask 3 questions about the ending or a character's motivation. Notice how the answers stay grounded in the actual words instead of making things up. The tool works by matching your question to relevant sections inside the book and pulling exact passages to build its reply. You can even ask follow-up questions like, what does this scene tell us about the setting, to dig deeper without losing the thread? An upstate New York district decided to wait on bringing a humanoid robot into high school classes after parents and students raised concerns about how it would actually be used. The pause came after fierce backlash. The decision gives the community time to discuss what role, if any, a robot should play in regular lessons. The story shows that even when technology feels exciting, real people still get to ask whether it belongs in their daily environment. The district chose to delay the rollout following the community response. Local voices shape the timeline for any future classroom use. Source material appears in a Google News report on the district action. Researchers found that AI chatbots continue to give inconsistent or unhelpful replies when people talk about anxiety, sadness, or crisis moments. The study highlights ongoing challenges in how these systems respond to sensitive topics, even as overall capabilities grow. The finding reminds us that these tools are improving fast, but are not ready to replace real support from friends, family, or professionals. The results point to specific gaps in handling tough mental health questions. Researchers tracked reply patterns across multiple chatbot interactions. The work underscores the need for continued testing on emotional support scenarios. That's it for today. Remember, every AI expert started exactly where you are right now. If something we talked about today made you curious, go try it. That's literally how learning works. Stay curious, keep experimenting, and we'll see you tomorrow. And if you'd rather watch than listen, find us on YouTube at NARA Network. Links in the show notes. Quick tip from the network: try Planetarian Daily next. Daily breakthroughs in science, health, and longevity. Every NARA Network show is free at naranetwork.com. Want the written briefing with source links? Each show keeps a summaries page on naranetwork.com. Scannable, dated, and free. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.